Well, we're so excited to be joined today by Quinn Christopherson, who has the new EP out, I Am Bubblegum, on Play It Again, Sam Records. And Quinn, it's just such a joy to have you join us today here on the bridge.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Excited.
I think a lot of people are big fans of the Tiny Desk concerts. And so I think a lot of people will remember that you won the NPR Music 2019 Tiny Desk contest, only 6,000 entries. So
it's crazy. To this day, it's insane.
Yeah, that it does have to just seem, and particularly because, you'd been making music, but you hadn't been pushing to get out there all that hard, right? And
no, I wasn't a full-time musician at all.
Yeah, you're from Anchorage, Alaska. And my understanding is that the music scene up there is sort of idiosyncratic in the sense that nobody sort of identifies their music by any of the standard genre labels.
I don't know. I think the music scene here does have a kind of small town vibe, but it's really beautiful in that way. I think we all kind of lean into it. Like, we love listening style shows. All of us will gather in a big space and have people playing their acoustics with no mics. And, you could have 100 people in the audience and you could hear a pin drop. Like, it's really a welcoming kind of environment here.
And this may be the silliest, dumbest question ever, but are you informed as an artist by how long the nights are?
Totally. Yeah. The darkness gets to me for sure. Some people, like, the cold gets to them and all that, but yeah, the darkness is really something else. We're gaining minutes of daylight every day now as we speak, so it's like we're crawling out of it. February and January is always a hard month, but I've got hope. I've got hope for this.
Yeah, it does seem like the cycle holds, and you will eventually get sunlight. You also you're indigenous, and you identify with a couple of different cultures. Your parents brought different indigenous cultures, and a good person knows their limitations. And I'm just really afraid to try and pronounce these cultures.
Yeah, I am Atna Athabaskan, my mother's side, and I'm Inupiaq on my father's side. And yeah.
Your winning entry for the Tiny Desk concert was done in front of a painting of Mount Denali, which Denali is actually a word in one of those languages.
I think singing in front of that was kind of like a reclaiming of sorts. Yeah, that was painted by Sydney Lawrence, and it's in the museum, the Anchorage Museum. And I don't know, it just felt good to kind of sing in front of it and kind of take it back.
Yeah, because you identified that mountain with your indigenous culture.
Yeah.
Well, we are so excited to have you. And I think that generally speaking, people are pretty happy when I quit talking and the performer starts playing. So if we could have a song, that would be quite lovely.
For sure. Thanks. I'll play a song. Yeah. I want to go back to simpler times, puka shells, Abercrombie, fog machines and strobe lights. My friends couldn't get through the home phone. They knew to find me and medicine. It was normal to knock on doors. Even if it was out of the blue. Dating was innocent. But I sure didn't know how to. Met my first girlfriend on Craigslist. Yeah, the person knows. I wanna go back to simpler times. I wanna go back to simpler times. Puffer vest and Ugg boots. Do I gotta mention apartment, a shack, or house? Mad cow disease. Avril Lavigne. Let's get dropped off at the roller rink. I was homes I thought no one would see, but my dad was going through my things. I wanna go back to simpler times. I wanna go back kids were mean, middle school was cruel, but I had good friends and I read good books. If I could go back, I'd say it'll all get worse. Nothing prepares you for this world, and you wanna go back to simpler times. I wanna go back, take me back, bring me back to simpler times.
That was fabulous. Quinn Christopherson, our guest. The new EP is I Am Bubblegum, and it's out on Play It Again Sam Records. It's interesting to see you playing an acoustic guitar. You know, that's what we kind of got used to. And then there's the electric guitar came in, and the acoustic, you were a folky. And then when it changed to electric, all of a sudden you're an indie artist, right?
It's funny how like little things like that can put you into a box for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of just like go with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
feel like doing a Zoom performance, in my home in my little studio. I don't really ever get crazy on the electric in here,
Yeah.
the setting calls for it, right?
Yeah. So you actually started out when you were like 19 with a ukulele. Your dad got you one.
Gosh, yeah, I really want to forget the days of the ukulele, but yeah.
I was going to ask you if you ever pulled it out again.
No.
Yeah, but you've been making music ever since. One of the things that I think is really super interesting is that you've been making music for a while now, and you won the Tiny Desk contest back in 2019.
Yeah.
Um, and everybody usually is sort of like, well, strike while the iron is hot. And I just get this sense that you've been more along the lines of make sure the iron is hot before you strike. You've been a little bit slow to release music. It's just like you want everything
For
to,
sure.
I get the sense that, and just stop me from talking at any point here, but I just feel like you want to make sure that the stuff that you put out there is like the most crystalline, purest representation of yourself and your art that you can possibly manage.
You're 100% right. Yeah, I appreciate you kind of noticing that. I've tried to be really deliberate about releasing music, and I think it's been kind of an important part of my journey. I released 2 songs independently, right at 2019 when I entered the contest, and I guess I kind of did that just to maybe show that I had like a little bit more under my belt, because it was like I was kind of an invisible like person submitting a song. There was nothing else to look for, and then so that's why I uploaded the Spotify version of Erase Me in the first place. And then I uploaded the single Radine purely just to kind of reach that person that I hadn't seen or heard of in a long time. And it was really just kind of like a last call, like maybe they'll hear this. And then I hadn't released anything else. I kind of kept everything really close to my heart. And I just didn't want to put anything out that I wasn't going to be proud of in 5 years or 2 years or whatever it is. So,
or 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally.
We know how life works. It's like we all question ourselves. It's funny. My understanding is that you're doing music full time now, and you obviously had some jobs before you won the Tiny Desk contest. One of them was being a youth counselor, but it's not a stretch at all when you listen to your music and pay attention to the words. They're all so relatable. They're all so human that those songs have to have been therapy for you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think I did a lot of writing before music was full time for me. It's like I had a small amount of time for it, and that time I used really, for feeling better for therapy and that sort of thing. It was like I kind of had to. And now, as I'm full-time musician, I've found that I have so much more time to experience and write through all these different emotions and feelings and moments. And as a lot of this did start from pain, I feel like now all of the music really just comes from a point of growth.
Right. Having that extra time has been a blessing, I'm sure. One of those earlier jobs was being a counselor for youth. And I imagine that was, children not having, young people not having as much of a filter. I'm sure that just, playing your music for them probably was an experience too. There's probably a little bit of growth in that, running that gauntlet.
Yeah, I never played it for the kids. I don't know. It was, some of them, did their own Googling. They're pretty savvy, but if they found it on their own, and they tell me they like it, that was nice. But I never played it for them.
You know, and because of the type of music too, it's not like, you know, you're going to go into a rowdy bar with the kind of songs that you've been doing, you know.
Oh my gosh, that was so weird. I've done that many times, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a feeling for sure.
Yeah. And so to go from not having really performed, you know, in a regular kind of receptive audience to now having people being so receptive. And on top of that, I mean, you've now toured with Courtney Barnett, Lucy Dacus, Portugal, and Man. It's just sort of like, talk about a wild swing from one polar opposite to the other.
Yeah, it's been incredible. It's been amazing to go on the road for the first time and play the tiny desk, and you know, touring with these acts that you mentioned, like seeing how the pros are kind of doing it and making their way. And it's been such a like huge learning experience, and I love it. It's totally crazy.
I think that's one of the things that I really love about you is just that there's obviously been just a lot of joy in the last couple 3 years, and life always has its difficulty, but every once in a while it just kind of busts out of you like you can't hardly believe your own good fortune.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, things feel good. I think we all have that little like, you know, sense of like anxiety with the world how it is right now. But yeah, I don't know, I just kind of have to keep pushing through it, keep writing.
Well, the music is spectacular. We're talking with Quinn Christopherson. The new EP is I Am Bubblegum on Play It Again Sam Records. And we'd love to hear another song if we could.
Thank you. I wanna be touring in cities I don't like. I wanna be playing shows, spitting into the mic. Groceries from a truck stop, sweat with the sun. I wear the same tank top. I'm from Anchorage, I only got one. Your boy, he needs some sun. Your boy, yeah, he's a loaded gun. Your boy, he needs to run. Grandma told me that I should get out once in a while. She to run. What if I go and it's all the same? A bar in a town that won't remember my name. Rhubarb pie to remind me of home. You'll never make it on your own. Your boy, he needs some sun. Your boy, yeah, he's a loaded gun. Your boy, he needs to run. Yeah, he needs to run.
Quinn Christopherson, our guest today on the bridge, and that particular track, Loaded Gun, performed live for us here on the bridge, is actually on the I Am Bubblegum EP that just got released a few weeks ago. And correct me if I'm wrong, Quinn, but Loaded Gun is a track that you wrote like a week before you found out you won the Tiny Desk contest.
Yeah, it was totally speaking my dreams into existence, kind of.
Isn't that crazy? I have to tell you, I just love, and I mean, you told it on the Tiny Desk concert that you did, but when Bob Boilen gets you on the phone and the thought that runs through your mind is,
oh, my dad.
No, the one about like, I've got to go buy a guitar.
Oh, right.
You won the Tiny Desk contest. You do not own a guitar.
No guitar, no amp. Just, yeah, that was like insane.
You know, the funny thing to me, though, is that now not only do you have the guitar, you went out immediately and got one, but you also have a home studio, and just the ability to demo, I'm sure, has been really great for your artistic process.
It's been so fun. Yeah, I got the whole studio put together in March of 2020. So like I've been getting to know it and getting to know how to record and everything. And I love that too. I spend hours in here just kind of tinkering away, and it's so fun.
Yeah. You know, when Bob Boilen, called you, he did not remember. And I think that this is kind of funny, but you had actually been a finalist the year before. And
Yes.
When I was getting ready for the interview, I'm thinking, well, they loved him the year before. They put him online, they showed the video, they had all kinds of stuff about you online. You just didn't win. And so it's like, so he built this up. This is something that but Bob didn't even remember your earlier submission.
I know, it's so funny too, because I had thought, well, I had, tried to build the same set, like to look like the year prior video, just to kind of like jog the memory, and all of that. And then when I won, I thought the same thing. I was thinking, okay, great. They remembered me, And then I asked Bob, he's like, oh, no, that's crazy.
That is so funny. But, I have to tell you, Bob listens to so much music. It's not completely unbelievable, but maybe there is a subliminal thing, it didn't hurt you. That earlier song, the one from the year before, every song you do is just so great, so emotional. That one's about your grandmother. And I hope you don't mind if we talk just a bit about her, but that song was actually written. You had your grandmother was really in her final moments, and you'd gone to see her in a hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd gone to see her, and I brought my guitar because I always brought my guitar to visit her, and I would just play away, and she liked it. And that was it. I was just playing that little, those four little chords. And then I went home that night and yeah, wrote to it.
She was really the source of a lot of the culture, the indigenous culture that was passed down to you.
Of course, my whole family.
And not only did she pass down the culture, but she passed down essentially, a way of living that you are taking to heart through your performance. She was a storyteller.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, family gatherings and, everything growing up was the entertainment was stories being shared between us all. And that's just how it was. And it feels really special looking back on that and knowing that's where I get a lot of my inspiration. But that was just every day for us. So that's something I didn't realize until later on.
Yeah. The new EP, I Am Bubblegum, the song Bubblegum has a video, and it's almost like the video is almost like a kaleidoscope where the little shards of colored glass are replaced by humans.
Yeah, it's silly, huh? It's
It's really affecting. It's beautiful, and it gives you feelings, and you don't like. I'm not even sure why I had the feelings I had, but it made me feel things, which is great.
That's something I noticed too. Like immediately when I start watching it, I realize I just have like a huge smile the whole time, and then it's over, and I'm like still smiling, and I'm like, I don't even know if it had anything to do with the song. It's just like the video.
Well, there's a long tradition of the video having nothing to do with the song. So you're in great company. But it's a great song, and it's a fabulous video. And I'm really glad that, it's been what, a couple, 2.5 years since you won the Tiny Desk, and to get this EP is just been so rewarding. And my understanding is that there's going to be an album to follow at some point.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
You're just taking it a day at a time, aren't you? Do you have more stuff in the can?
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, I've got something coming soon. I'll tell you that. And yeah, I'm just really excited. Like releasing this EP has been so special because like I said, I wanted to do it right. And yeah, it's just the start, and I'm really excited for what's to come.
Yeah, well, as are we all. Quinn Christopherson, our guest. The new EP is I Am Bubblegum. It's out on Play It Again Sam Records. We promise that we're waiting for the full length, and we're waiting for the Kansas City concert appearance. And
Yeah.
we'll try to all be quiet and hushed and hang on every word. And it sure has been a pleasure today, Quinn.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for your questions.
Congratulations again, Quinn Christopherson, today on The Bridge.